Hello guys, welcome to another video. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about taxes, and it's that time of year, right? It's about time to file your taxes. If you haven't filed them already, you're getting close to the deadline. But I had taxes on my mind as well because the other day I read this article about DMX and how he is now sentenced to 1 year in jail because of tax fraud. And there's so much as someone who operates a business, there's so much to know about taxes, and it can be overwhelming, but I think it's just a lot of people aren't in the know. And DMX claimed, he didn't know what to do with his money. Like, he didn't know better. So therefore he was evading taxes. And as you can see, that's no good excuse. Frankly, the guy was switching money around between accounts and trying to hide money from the IRS. So I don't know, but that was his argument. He didn't know any better. But some people really don't know any better. And so I wanted to hit on a few things today that I think will help you if you are a musician, right? Whether you're creating music and you're trying to sell your music or make revenue on Spotify or other types of streaming services from your musical performances that you've made, or if you're selling music, so a music producer, beat maker, somebody that is making and creating music and selling it to other people. And this is important because I think that sometimes, your main gig as one of those people may be your day job, right? Maybe you have some other way that you're making money. For a lot of people, the people who are lucky, you've been able to become a musician or a music producer full time, but I think there's still a lot of people who are only able to do it part time. In which case, you get your check, you get your paycheck, a lot of stuff gets taken out of it for taxes, and you don't need to think much about it, and you've got a piece of paper, and it says you made this much money and you paid this much money to the government. But when you own your own business, you don't have that luxury. You're supposed to keep track of the information so that you can document your income and your expenses and report it accordingly to the IRS when you file your income taxes for the year. And I know that there's some people who they take money under the table, they don't want to have to tell the IRS that they made, $10,000 because they don't want to pay taxes on that $10,000 because that's a big chunk. That's unfortunately, living in America involves paying taxes, and we do it. We have to, because otherwise you end up like DMX. But I just want to talk about some of the benefits to actually declaring your income, okay? If you're full-time at this and you're making a lot of money each year and you're taking PayPal payments, there is a chance that PayPal has sent you what we call a 1099. So they've sent you a document saying this is what you made and this is, this is what you made, okay? They send that document to you, they send that document to the IRS. So in that case, you have no choice. You have to do your taxes and you have to declare, list your 1099 and how much income you've had. Okay, so that's one story. If you're not in that case, let's say you made $4,000 this year on PayPal. There's a threshold, and I think at $4,000, they're not going to send anything to the IRS. They're not going to send you a 1099. It is up to you, the music producer, the beat maker. It is up to you to tell the IRS that you made $4,000. And then, therefore, on your income tax, and it'll figure out the right taxes. And the benefit for you to do this beyond, risking tax evasion, okay? And not, tax evasion, you hear the big stories, the big people get caught, but there are small fish who do get audited and do get caught as well. So please don't think it only, affects you if you're, in the public eye. A lot of small businesses do get audited and do face issues. But if you're the small fish, right, and you have $4,000, just claim it on your taxes. And there's so many benefits to that, right? It's good karma. And two, chances are you're going to want to buy something at some point in your life, right? And you're going to have to show your income. So let's say whether it's a car or most likely a house or even rent an apartment, they're going to ask you, hey, what's your income? And if you're hiding away the fact that, you made $5,000 the past however many years extra because you were selling beats online, or you're a musician selling making money off streaming, or whatever the case, you don't want to hide that, because that could keep you from getting that new car, getting that new apartment, whatever the case is. You may need that extra income to substantiate how much you make per year. And it's just, you're a small business owner. I mean, you didn't get into this to like be shifty and risk tax evasion. It's just bad karma. It's like, is that really how you want to operate your business? Is being a little shifty? And you know, the universe just isn't gonna like support you back. So I really think you need to consider declaring your income. All right, so let's go on to this part of it, which is the plus side of things. Another plus side of things is that you have expenses. Now, when you declare this income, I made $5,000 making beats, you had expenses associated with that business of making beats. Now, maybe that was your subscription to BeatStars each year, your subscription to Lander for any kind of mastering services for those beats, the software that you bought, if you upgrade your software, purchase software, any plugins that you bought, basically anything that you spent money on that went towards or into the what you're creating or what you're making. So whether you're a musician, if you're, you had to buy a new microphone because you were making a new album, now that's an expense. So when you start looking at all these expenses that you may have, you're either canceling out your income, or here's a biggie. Now this is a biggie that it's gonna blow your mind. You're actually gonna get some money back from the government, because maybe you have a day job and maybe you're making, let's say you're making $30,000 a year at your day job, and you're paying, I don't know, $8,000 in taxes out of that. Let's just say it's going to vary for everybody. I don't know what state you're in. I don't know what your situation is, but let's just say Uncle Sam took out $8,000 in taxes. You actually can offset that $8,000 that they took in taxes from your losses, your deductions from your business. So, okay, this is going to blow your mind. Let's say you made $5,000 selling beats. You made $30,000, at your job for your paycheck. You spent $15,000 this past year because you upgraded a lot of your equipment. You got your home recording studio set up. You spent a lot, right? So you're going to $15,000 you're going to offset against the $5,000 income you made. You still have $10,000 in deductions and expenses that were for your business. Well, I'll tell you what, you get to then offset them against your full-time job, your day job, your job where you've paid all those taxes, that $8,000, you get to offset those expenses against that as well, because basically everything goes into one pool, right? When you're doing your tax return, you're going to do like a 1040C, which is going to lay out your business, your expenses, but at the end of the day, it all wraps up into that 1040, and what's going to happen is it's just like one package. So you made this amount of income, you had this amount of deductions for the year. So it benefits you to operate yourself as a business. Establish yourself as a business, declare your income, declare your expenses, your deductions, and just be legit. You'll feel better about yourself at the end of the day. And there's just a lot of benefits to doing that. And you're setting yourself up to be in a position where you're going to grow your business, because that's what you want to do, right? I mean, we all want to be making, $100K, $150K a year, making beats, making music, doing something we love. So set yourself up for that success. And it involves some other things, right? You're going to have to probably get a DBA, which is doing business as. A lot of producers and musicians don't necessarily use their name, their given name, in what they're doing. So Blake Hart is not my name. So you have a DBA. So my name, doing business as, and that's how you're able to establish the fact that this is a business, and opening a business checking account, because that's necessary too. Also take payments in certain situations. Like if you've made the mistake of, using your producer name, giving it to somebody who's going to write you a check, and they write you a check to your producer name, and you go to the bank, that check's worthless, because without a DBA or something that says to the bank, hey, you really are that business, they're not going to cash that check. They're not going to deposit that check. So, and we can talk a little bit more about DBAs in another video. This was just really wanting to hit on tax time and the benefits for you to just be legitimate, file your, declare your income, declare your expenses, your deductions, and be legitimate. Because there's a lot of deductions, and I don't think people realize that, there's so many deductions they can take on all this equipment that they're buying. I mean, even if you're a producer that's doing like videos, that's a part of like your, you know, you have a YouTube channel, you're doing educational videos, you're doing your own videos, whatever. I mean, the camera that you bought and the lenses that you bought, like that's something that you can expense. There's a lot of gadgets that we use as a part of trying to make income or do something we're passionate about to turn that into a business that are tax deductible. And you should get them. Like if you deserve those deductions, you should get out there and grab them. So I'm going to try to go a little bit more detail on this, and maybe a few videos if you think it's helpful. If you do think this video is helpful and you do like this content, please give me that thumbs up down below, because I could really use it. Also subscribe to this channel if this was a flavor of video that you were looking for and you know you want more of. Subscribe. Love to see you here again. Have a bit of a background in business. I mean, my story is I have more education than I want to have, and that education cost me a lot of money. And so my dream here is to pay off all those school loans. Like, they're just still killing me. Like, I want to pay them off. I want to just make music, love what I'm doing, be able to make money off that music and sell that music and pay off these goddamn loans that just, man, student loans suck. You probably know that, but I just want to pay them off, want to get rid of them. So yeah, that's a little bit of my story. And thanks for tuning in. I'll see you again sometime soon.